The shattered world groans beneath a sky ripped open by the malignant rift's relentless hunger. Crimson light pulses from the dimensional wound, casting long, twisted shadows across the ravaged plains. Tiamat, the five-headed queen, descends, her colossal form marred by recent, brutal combat scars. Her scales, once pristine obsidian, now bear deep gouges and streaks of drying. Dark eye. Each of her serpentine necks droops slightly, a testament to her profound, bone-deep exhaustion. She lands with a heavy tremor, her massive claws digging into the scorched, unstable earth below. A low, guttural growl rumbles from her central head, a sound of weary defiance and lingering pain. Her 5 sets of eyes, usually blazing with fury, now hold a flicker of something akin to grim resignation. Just meters away, Titan Rex stands, a mountain of muscle and ancient, primordial, Rachin, his hide, scarred and torn, weeps slow rivulets of dark, thick blood down his colossal flanks. One massive leg buckles momentarily, a testament to the immense strain his powerful body endures. His reptilian eyes, usually burning with predatory fire, now gleam with a desperate, wary intelligence. A ragged breath hisses through his formidable jaws, carrying the scent of ozone and battle. He holds his ground, a titan of raw power, yet visibly weakened by the unrelenting, cosmic onslaught. Around them, the landscape shimmers, a tortured fusion of primeval jungle and jagged, alien rock formations. The air crackles with unstable energies, making every breath feel heavy with impending disaster and dread. From the swirling, chaotic depths of the rift, shadowy forms begin to coalesce, their numbers growing rapidly. These are the Riftspawn, grotesque abominations born from the merging realities, hunger in their eyes. Their chitinous bodies click and scrape, a chilling chorus of impending doom surrounding the 2 titans. Some skitter on multiple legs, others fly on leathery wings, all distorted echoes of once familiar creatures. Their countless eyes glow with malevolent intent, fixed upon the wounded behemoths trapped within their circle. Above, in the tumultuous, crimson-streaked sky, the true enemy looms, a vast, swirling vortex of dark energy. Its tendrils of cosmic dread stretch downward, seeking to drain the very life from this fractured world. A low, humming thrum emanates from its immense form, a sound that vibrates deep in their ancient bones. It is an entity of pure malice, feeding on chaos, orchestrating the Riftspawn's relentless, coordinated attacks. Tiamat's head swivels slowly, each gaze sweeping over the encroaching swarm, then toward her ancient foe. Rex shifts his weight, a low rumble vibrating in his chest, his attention also split between threats. A long, tense moment stretches between the dragon goddess and the primordial king, heavy with unspoken questions. Their instincts scream for dominance, for the elimination of the rival, yet a new threat unites them. The air crackles with unspoken challenge, but also with a dawning, desperate understanding of their shared predicament. Their eyes lock across the short distance, a silent, primal conversation passing between the 2 wounded giants. Tiamat's central head lowers slightly, a subtle gesture that acknowledges the shared, dire circumstances they face. Rex lets out a ragged snort, a puff of hot air, his gaze unwavering, assessing her intentions carefully. He senses her immense power, her ancient fury, but also her wariness, mirroring his own profound fatigue. She perceives his raw strength, his unyielding will, yet notes the tremor in his mighty, scarred limbs. The Riftspawn grow bolder, their clicking intensifying, sensing the vulnerability of the 2 colossal beings. One particularly large, multi-limbed creature, its body a patchwork of warped scales, takes a menacing step forward. Its glowing eyes fixate on Tiamat's weakest point, her wounded flank, a predatory glint in its gaze. Another, a skeletal horror with razor talons, stalks toward Rex, its hungry maw dripping with corrosive slime. The tension builds to an almost unbearable crescendo, a silent standoff between ancient rivals and new horrors. Will ancient hatred prevail, or will the pressing, common enemy forge an impossible, desperate alliance now? Tiamat's heads twitch, sensing the imminent attack, her elemental powers stirring faintly within her. Rex tenses, his massive tail slowly sweeping the ground, preparing for the inevitable, brutal confrontation. The true enemy pulses brighter in the sky, a silent, malevolent observer, relishing the chaos unfolding below. Its tendrils writhe like dark serpents, extending further, attempting to ensnare the weakened giants now. The ground beneath them trembles, not from their weight, but from the rift's growing, unstable influence. Fissures open, glowing with raw, unbridled energy, threatening to swallow the very earth they stand upon. A strange, high-pitched whine emanates from the rift itself, a sound that grates on their ancient senses. The air grows heavy, charged with the scent of burning ozone, decay, and primordial fear, a potent mix. Tiamat unleashes a low, warning hiss from all 5 throats, a sound of profound, ancient authority and menace. Rex responds with a deep, rumbling growl, a challenge to the encroaching darkness, shaking the very ground. Their combined sounds ripple through the fractured landscape, a defiant symphony against the encroaching tide. The Riftspawn falter for a moment, momentarily intimidated by the sheer, combined power of the 2 titans. Yet, their numbers are legion, their hunger insatiable, driven by the Overmind's dark, insidious will now. A grotesque, winged Riftspawn screeches, its fanged maw gaping, revealing rows of razor-sharp obsidian teeth. It swoops, on a living shadow, aiming for the vulnerable nexus where Tiamat's necks join her mighty body. Simultaneously, a ground-dwelling behemoth, a twisted fusion of reptile and insect, charges Rex's flank. Its multifaceted eyes gleam with malicious glee, anticipating the tearing of ancient, powerful flesh now. Tiamat's head snap up, her eyes narrowing, preparing to unleash a torrent of elemental retribution. Pure fire. Rex pivots, with surprising agility for his size, his massive jaws opening into a cavernous, roaring abyss. The moment stretches, a breath held taut between desperate action and the precipice of utter, final destruction. The winged Riftspawn closes in, its talons extended, ready to tear into the Dragon Queen's ancient scales. The ground beast lunges, its chitinous head slamming toward Rex's vulnerable, wounded side with brutal force. Tiamat's firehead erupts, a jet of superheated plasma surging forth, aimed directly at the airborne assailant. At the very same instant, Rex's head snaps sideways, his mighty jaws clamping down with bone-shattering force. His target is not the ground beast, but the charging winged creature, now directly in his line of sight. Tiamat's searing plasma blast, intended for her attacker, streaks past Rex's roaring snout, narrowly missing him. Rex's colossal jaws, meant for his own aggressor, instead snap shut on the winged Riftspawn mid-flight. The creature shrieks, its twisted body crushed instantly, exploding into a shower of black chorus sive core. Tiamat's plasma, deflected by Rex's sudden movement, incinerates the ground beast rushing towards her instead. A wave of shimmering heat washes over the landscape, leaving only smoking ash where the Riftspawn once stood. Both titans pause, their attacks crossing paths, a near miss that resonates with accidental, brutal synchronicity. Their eyes meet again, a flicker of surprise mixed with the dawning, grudging respect passing between them. The air hums with the aftermath of their combined, unintended, yet devastatingly effective strikes against the foe. A new wave of Riftspawn hesitates, witnessing the raw, destructive power unleashed by the ancient rivals. Tiamat lets out a low, rumbling growl, a sound that is less hostile, more analytical, acknowledging the outcome. Rex mirrors the sound, a huff of understanding, his gaze still intense, but now devoid of pure aggression. They stand side by side, their colossal forms a formidable, if temporary, wall against the encroaching darkness. The true enemy's hum intensifies, its tendrils writhing with renewed, frustrated energy from above. More Riftspawn surge forward, their numbers seemingly endless, a tide of chaotic, hungry flesh and bone. This time, Tiamat's heads shift, her elemental energies swirling, a silent query to the immense predator beside her. Rex's gaze sweeps the battlefield, his mind, ancient and cunning, calculating the swarm's approach and weakness. He lowers his massive head slightly, a subtle tilt, indicating a shared target, a mutual, unspoken agreement. Tiamat's ice head begins to glow, a frigid aura spreading, chilling the very air around her mighty form. Rex takes a powerful step forward, his weight shifting, preparing for a devastating, sweeping attack now. A large cluster of Riftspawn, their bodies a mass of writhing limbs, charges directly towards their position. Tiamat unleashes a torrent of freezing mist, encasing the leading abominations in shimmering, crystalline ice. Their grotesque forms are instantly frozen solid, caught mid-lunge, their glowing eyes wide with silent horror. Before the ice can fully settle, Rex unleashes a mighty tail whip, a blur of scaled, destructive power. The colossal impact shatters the frozen Riftspawn into countless, glittering shards of ice and obsidian. A cloud of frozen dust and fragmented chitin explodes outwards, decimating a wider swath of the enemy forces. Tiamat's heads turn, observing the destructive efficiency of their combined, synchronized assault, a shared triumph. Rex lets out a deep, satisfied rumble, a sound that echoes through the fractured plains, acknowledging the effectiveness. The ground trembles under their coordinated, devastating power, a testament to their newfound, wordless pact. More Riftspawn rush in, their numbers still vast, but a new, formidable obstacle now stands before them. Tiamat's poison head spits forth a corrosive, green mist, cloaking a fresh wave of charging enemies instantly. The Riftspawn caught within the noxious cloud begin to shriek, their forms dissolving into bubbling, foul sludge. Rex charges through the dissolving forms, his massive footfalls crushing the weakened, melting abominations completely. His powerful jaws snap, tearing through any remaining, struggling creatures, clearing a path of gruesome destruction. Tiamat's lightning head crackles with raw, volatile energy, illuminating the swirling, chaotic sky above them now. A jagged bolt of pure, white lightning erupts, striking a cluster of airborne Riftspawn with devastating precision. The creatures explode in a shower of sparks and black dust, their forms instantly disintegrated by the electric fury. Rex unleashes a deafening, sonic roar, a shockwave that rips through the air, disorienting nearby, ground-bound foes. The disoriented Riftspawn stumble, their senses overwhelmed, leaving them vulnerable to the Dragon Queen's relentless attacks. Tiamat's firehead unleashes another inferno, incinerating the reeling enemies, leaving only scorched earth behind. Their movements grow increasingly synchronized, a primal dance of destruction against the endless, encroaching horde. Rex slams his tail down, creating a fissure that swallows dozens of Riftspawn. A chasm of gaping, dark earth. Tiamat's ice breath seals the fissure, trapping the screaming abominations in a tomb of frozen rock and despair. They pivot, their massive bodies moving in unison, anticipating the next wave of grotesque, hungry attackers now. The true enemy in the sky pulses with renewed intensity, its tendrils twisting in what seems like frustrated rage. It directs a colossal, shadowy Riftspawn, a multi-eyed monstrosity, directly towards the allied titans below. This creature is larger, its form more defined, its presence radiating a palpable sense of focused, dark malevolence. Tiamat's central head lets out a piercing shriek, recognizing the amplified threat, a new level of danger. Rex responds with a deeper, defiant roar, bracing his immense form for the inevitable, brutal impact of the foe. The colossal Riftspawn lunges, its bladed limbs scything through the air, aiming for Tiamat's exposed, wounded side. Before it can connect, Rex intercepts his powerful shoulder, slamming into the creature's flank with bone-jarring force. The Riftspawn stumbles, its attack diverted, giving Tiamat a crucial moment to unleash her elemental fury now. A fire and lightning heads erupt simultaneously, engulfing the colossal abomination in a searing, electric inferno. The creature shrieks, its chitin cracking, but it endures, its dark energy shimmering, absorbing some of the attack. Rex follows up, his massive jaws tearing into its exposed neck, ripping away chunks of its grotesque, corrupted flesh. Tiamat's ice head then freezes the gaping wound, immobilizing the creature for a crucial, decisive moment now. With a final, earth-shattering crunch, Rex severs its head, sending the colossal Riftspawn crashing to the ground. Its body dissolves into a noxious, black vapor, absorbed back into the rift's swirling, chaotic energies quickly. A momentary lull in the battle allows the two titans to survey the devastation they have wrought together now. The ground is littered with smoking craters, shattered ice, and dissolving puddles of corrosive, black ice. Yet, from the rift's depths, more Riftspawn emerge, their numbers seemingly untouched, an endless, hungry tide. The true enemy pulses, a silent, mocking challenge from the swirling, ominous vortex high above their heads. Tiamat's heads turn towards the rift's core, a blinding, unstable light now visible through the fractured sky. Rex follows her gaze, a deep growl rumbling in his chest, understanding the true source of the unending menace. They must reach the core, the heart of the instability, to confront the Overmind directly, facing their doom. The air distorts around them, time itself flickering erratically, causing the landscape to strobe in and out. Gravity shifts momentarily, making them stumble, their colossal bodies fighting against the warping reality now. Ancient, crumbling structures from a forgotten world flicker into existence, then vanish, spectral and unsettling. The ground beneath them quakes violently, threatening to split open and swallow them into the void below. They press onward, their shared purpose overriding their individual pain and the chaos of the fractured world. Tiamat's wind head unleashes a powerful gust, clearing a path through a swarm of smaller, irritating Riftspawn. Rex stomps, his massive footfalls shaking the ground, creating temporary platforms across collapsing chasms now. They move with a desperate urgency, the blinding light of the rift core drawing them inexorably closer to fate. Dragon cultists, hidden in a distant, storm-wreathed citadel, watch the impossible alliance unfold with awe. Their ancient scrolls spoke of a five-headed serpent, but never alongside a beast of primordial, silent power. Fear mingles with reverence in their eyes, as the prophecy twists into something far more complex and dire now. Ancient dino watchers, lurking in subterranean caverns, see the tremors and interpret the cosmic significance. Their cave glyphs depict a great devourer, but two titans now confront it, a deviation from their sacred texts. They whisper of the great reckoning, realizing the stakes are higher than any myth or legend ever foretold. The combined might of Tiamat and Rex is a spectacle of raw power, a desperate hope in the face of oblivion. Their unlikely partnership ignites a flicker of hope in the hearts of those few who still observe and understand. Back on the fractured plains, the Titans face a new, denser wave of Riftspawn, their forms more robust, more deadly. These creatures are infused with raw rift energy, their eyes burning with a brighter, more malevolent glow now. Tiamat unleashes a torrent of fire, searing a wide swath through the advancing, mutated abominations with ease. Rex charges into the charred ranks, his massive head swinging, crushing skulls and tearing through Katina's armor. A Riftspawn with elongated, whip-like tendrils attempts to ensnare Tiamat's hind leg, a cunning, swift attack. Before it can tighten its grip, Rex's tail swings, severing the tendrils with a brutal, resounding crack. Tiamat glances at Rex, a silent acknowledgement of his timely intervention, a subtle nod of her central head. Rex grunts, his focus unwavering, his gaze fixed on the endless, encroaching tide of corrupted life forms now. They are a wall of ancient power, an unyielding force against the chaotic, consuming hunger of the Rift's minions. The environment around them continues to destabilize, reality itself fraying at the edges, a constant, ominous warning. Objects from disparate worlds flicker into existence, then vanish, leaving behind ghostly afterimages in the air. A colossal, rusted skyscraper segment from a long-lost city phases in, then out, above their battling forms. The ground becomes a treacherous maze of temporal anomalies and gravitational inversions, a deadly challenge. Tiamat uses her flight, her immense wings beating, to navigate the shifting, unstable terrain with graceful power. Rex leaps across gaping chasms, his powerful legs propelling him over the dangerous, flickering ground below. They maintain their proximity, their monstrous forms a beacon of coordinated defiance in the swirling chaos now. The true enemy's presence grows stronger, its dark energy coalescing, forming a menacing eye within the vortex. This eye seems to watch them, a silent, cosmic judgment, attempting to pierce their shared, desperate resolve. Tiamat lets out a furious roar, her 5 heads blazing, challenging the malevolent entity in the sky above. Rex responds with a guttural, earth-shattering bellow, echoing her defiance. A primal challenge of his own. They are 2 forces of nature, united by necessity, moving towards the heart of the cosmic maelstrom now. A massive Riftspawn, its body bristling with sharpened bone plates, attempts to ambush Rex from a temporal anomaly. Tiamat's ice breath freezes the anomaly's exit point, trapping the creature mid-phase, half in, half out. Rex then shatters the frozen anomaly with his tail, eradicating the creature before it can fully materialize. Their actions are becoming less reactive, more anticipatory, a testament to their growing, unspoken trust now. The air crackles with elemental power and raw, bestial might, a symphony of destruction against the rift's will. They are a whirlwind of teeth, claws, fire, ice, and thunder, an unstoppable force against the endless tide. The path ahead glows with an increasingly intense, blinding light, signaling their approach to the core itself. The very fabric of reality stretches thin, threatening to snap, to unravel completely under the cosmic pressure. Ghostly images of forgotten cities and primordial forests flash in and out of existence around their forms now. The sounds of battle become distorted, echoing strangely, as if traversing impossible distances in time. Yet, they press on, their colossal forms unwavering, their resolve hardened by the shared, desperate struggle. Tiamat's head scanned the chaotic environment, her ancient wisdom guiding their path through the warping reality. Rex's keen senses detect the subtle shifts in gravity and temporal flow, adapting his powerful movements quickly. They navigate the perilous, unstable terrain, their monstrous shadows dancing against the blinding, surging light. A lull in the Riftspawn attacks allows a brief, silent pause between the 2 colossal, weary combatants now. Tiamat's 5 heads circle Rex, their eyes appraising him, not with hostility, but with a profound, quiet evaluation. She sees his wounds, his exhaustion, yet also the unyielding fire in his ancient, reptilian gaze, a shared defiance. Rex lowers his massive head slightly, not in submission, but in a rare, unspoken acknowledgement of her immense power. He recognizes her ancient cunning, her elemental might, her unwavering will, a true force to be reckoned with. A silent understanding passes between them, a truce forged in the crucible of shared suffering and dire necessity. They are not allies of choice, but of survival, bound by a common, cosmic threat to their very existence now. The moment is fleeting, a fragile peace before the final, cataclysmic confrontation at the rift's heart itself. The blinding light of the core pulses, beckoning them towards the ultimate, terrifying source of the chaos now. Tiamat's central head lets out a low, determined growl, her gaze fixed on the blinding, swirling vortex ahead. Rex responds with a deep, rumbling snort, his powerful body tensing, preparing for the final, desperate charge. The air thickens with raw, unstable energy, making every breath feel like drawing in pure, crackling static now. The ground beneath them shimmers, blurring the line between solid earth and swirling, chaotic cosmic energy. More Riftspawn emerge, their forms twisting and reforming from the very fabric of the unstable reality itself. These are the core guardians, infused with direct energy from the Overmind. Their power is significantly amplified, a monstrous, multi-limbed creature, its body a kaleidoscope of shifting realities, lunges towards Tiamat now. Its bladed limbs phase in and out of existence, making it an unpredictable, deadly blur of pure destructive force. Tiamat's fire and ice heads converge their blasts, creating a volatile, superheated steam against the phasing foe. The creature shimmers, its form momentarily solidified by the elemental clash, allowing Rex to strike with precision. Rex's colossal tail sweeps, catching the creature mid-phase, shattering its solidifying form into glittering dust. Another Riftspawn, a hulking brute of warped muscle and bone, charges Rex, its roar a dissonant, grating sound. Tiamat's lightning head unleashes a concentrated bolt, piercing the creature's thick hide with devastating electric force. The creature stumbles, its movement spasming, momentarily paralyzed by the immense, raw power of the lightning now. Rex seizes the opportunity, his powerful jaws tearing into its neck, ripping away its head with a savage, final crunch. They are a seamless, destructive force, their combined might far greater than the sum of their individual powers. The true enemy's eye in the vortex narrows, its tendrils lashing out with increased fury, targeting their forms now. These tendrils are darker, thicker, imbued with a potent, draining energy that saps their formidable strength quickly. Tiamat's wind head creates a powerful vortex, deflecting some of the encroaching, shadowy tendrils away from them. Rex unleashes a shockwave roar, a concussive blast that disrupts the tendrils' form, momentarily scattering them now. They push forward, their bodies aching, their ancient wills burning with a desperate, unyielding determination. The ground beneath their feet is no longer solid, but a shimmering, unstable bridge of pure, raw rift energy. Time skips violently, moments repeating, then fast-forwarding, disorienting their senses, challenging their resolve. Gravity flips, sending them momentarily soaring, then plummeting, forcing them to adapt their movements instantly. Yet, they remain in sync, their instincts guiding them through the impossible reality-bending chaos ahead now. The core of the rift looms, a swirling maelstrom of blinding white and crimson light, the nexus of all creation. Within its heart, the true enemy pulses, its vast, insidious form now fully visible. A cosmic, malevolent brain. It is a being of pure thought, pure energy, feeding on the destruction and despair wrought by the fractured worlds. Its tendrils extend from its core, not just to drain, but to manipulate, to weave the very fabric of reality now. Tiamat lets out a guttural roar, a sound of pure, unadulterated fury, challenging the cosmic entity directly. Rex bellows, his roar echoing hers, a primal declaration of war against the ancient, insidious Overmind. Now, they are mere meters from the core, the final gauntlet of Riftspawn surging forward in a desperate, last stand. These creatures are almost pure energy, their forms flickering, their attacks imbued with destabilizing rift power. Tiamat unleashes a five-headed elemental barrage, a cascade of fire, ice, lightning, poison, and wind. Devastating. The combined elemental force rips through the energy-infused Riftspawn, tearing them apart in blinding explosions. Rex charges through the dissipating energy, his massive body a living battering ram. Clearing the final path now, his jaws snapped, crushing the last remnants of the energy beasts, leaving nothing but shimmering motes of light. They stand at the precipice of the rift core, the blinding light engulfing their colossal forms completely now. The true enemy's immense, cosmic eye opens wider, focusing its malevolent, draining gaze upon the two titans. It attempts to siphon their remaining strength, to absorb their very essence into its vast, hungry being. Tiamat's scales glow with an inner fire, resisting the draining power, her ancient will unyielding. Fierce, Rex's body pulses with raw, primordial energy, a defiant shield against the Overmind's insidious, consuming grasp. A final, unspoken command passes between them, a shared resolve for the ultimate, desperate sacrifice now. Tiamat's heads rear back, her five throats glowing with the combined, concentrated power of all her elements. Rex lowers his mighty head, his body tensing, his ancient, powerful core gathering a devastating, sonic roar. They unleash their ultimate attack simultaneously, a torrent of pure elemental energy and a devastating sonic blast. Tiamat's five elemental breaths converge into a single, blinding beam of pure, destructive, raw, cosmic force. Rex's roar expands, becoming a focused, concussive wave of pure, kinetic energy, ripping through space and time. The combined assault slams into the true enemy's core, a collision of ancient power and cosmic malevolence now. The Overmind shrieks, a sound that tears at the fabric of reality, a cosmic wail of pure, agonizing pain. Its vast form ripples, then begins to crack, fissures of brilliant light appearing across its dark, ethereal body. The rift itself flares, becoming a supernova of raw, uncontrolled energy, threatening to consume everything now. Tiamat and Rex, their bodies glowing with residual energy, braced themselves against the immense, destructive backlash. The cultists and watchers in their distant havens witnessed the blinding flash. A cosmic explosion in the sky. They shield their eyes, knowing this is the moment of truth, the climax of their ancient, sacred prophecies. The very ground beneath their feet trembles violently, threatening to collapse their ancient, hidden sanctuaries. Back at the core, the true enemy's form begins to unravel, its tendrils retracting, its cosmic eye dimming. It is being torn apart by the combined, devastating force of the two titans' ultimate, desperate attacks now. A final, deafening explosion erupts from the rift's core, a cataclysmic burst of pure, raw dimensional energy. The blinding light engulfs everything, swallowing the Overmind, the Riftspawn, and the two titans in its wake. When the light recedes, the core of the rift is gone, replaced by a swirling, chaotic void of pure nothingness. The true enemy is vanquished, its malevolent presence utterly erased from the fractured, unstable realities now. Yet, the victory is not without a profound, devastating cost to the very fabric of existence itself. The worlds are broken, partially merged, a chaotic tapestry of disparate landscapes, forever scarred and changed. Volcanic plains meet lush, primordial jungles. Shattered cities stand beside ancient, storm-wreathed citadels. The sky above is a permanent canvas of swirling, unstable energies, remnants of the rift's catastrophic collapse. Tiamat emerges from the lingering chaos, her form battered, her scales cracked, but her eyes still burning brightly. Rex, too, stands tall, his body scarred and weary, yet radiating a profound, ancient sense of hard-won triumph. They gaze at the broken landscape, the twisted realities, a testament to their desperate, costly victory. Now, their alliance, born of necessity, has saved their worlds from utter annihilation, but at an immense price. The threat of the Overmind is gone, yet the instability of the merged realities remains, a constant, ominous presence. Tiamat turns her heads towards Rex, a silent acknowledgement of their shared ordeal, their impossible feat of arms. Rex inclines his massive head, a rare gesture of respect, recognizing the Dragon Queen's formidable, ancient power. Their gazes meet across the ravaged landscape, a silent question passing between the two colossal, weary titans. What now? With the common enemy gone, will their ancient rivalry reignite, or will a new understanding prevail? The merged world groans, its fractured realities attempting to coalesce, yet remaining fundamentally unstable now. The air hums with residual, raw energy, a constant reminder of the cosmic battle that just reshaped existence. They stand as solitary figures in the dawn of a broken, new era, their future uncertain, their destinies intertwined. The vast, scarred sky above them swirls with lingering, chaotic energies, a perpetual, cosmic tempest of fate. Tiamat and Rex, the unlikely saviors, turn towards the uncertain horizon, their next move shrouded in profound mystery.